Hello, welcome to the live stream. This is Imtiaz, your thought partner to build and deploy AI agents. Welcome to the live stream. We are live on LinkedIn, we are live on YouTube. So, if this is your first time finding out about this amazing channel where we help you unleash the full potential of your AI agents, this is your first time, in the comment, please type where you're from. And also, uh, uh, why do you want to learn to build AI agents? There's a lot of things we're going to cover today, and I want this to be more of a conversation between me and you. Okay? So, no matter where you're watching this from, whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, we want to help you get educated because education means we can now think critically. Okay. So, as you know, there's a lot of things getting thrown out into the market. And I understand it's not an easy place to be because the AI revolution is happening rapidly. And that means we have to think rapidly. We need to adapt. We need to be agile. We need to we need to use high leverage skills like what I'm doing right now. I'm streaming. Same applies to AI. Okay, same. And I'm going to not only give you some pragmatic tools that you can use today to start building your agents. Uh, I'm also going to teach you how to think. It's really important that this is also available for you because, unfortunately, um, this is just the nature of YouTube. A lot of people might be getting their information from YouTube. They might be planning their next business move based on a video they watched on YouTube. So I want you to get out of that frame. Okay. I want you to start doing your own research. If you find someone you resonate with, some mentors, some people who, you want to learn from, okay, go narrow down the parameters of your research. Stop looking at AI news and these tools that are coming out every single day. Okay. And I hear this a lot. A lot of people actually say, I'm actually going to wait. Okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because GPT-5 is coming, AGI is coming. You know what? I'm just going to wait. Now, let me tell you this while you're waiting and thinking, somebody else is creating an innovative product. They're creating an agent. They're educating themselves. Okay, they're learning the basic Python. Now, if you want to get started learning Python, I have a free school community, a free class in Python. I have some workshops. I have some community members who actually put together some resources to help you learn Python. It's not the 70s where learning how to code means that you have to wear glasses, sit on a basement. It actually gives you leverage. Okay, and that does not mean that you need to be a developer. That means that you can leverage these high leverage skills. Okay, so there's a lot of things we're going to unpack today. One of the things, and I'm pretty sure every one of you is excited to know, what's the difference between chatbots and AI agents? Okay, and again, there's a lot of marketing. A lot of these companies lead with marketing, but fall short with the product. Okay. You've probably seen VoiceFlow. It calls itself chatbot first, then it's an agent, then it's like, oh, it's a conversational assistant, but it's still a chatbot. Okay. Let's uh, just read, let's just see the truth between all the cracks. Okay. It's a chatbot. No matter how you disguise, it's still a chatbot. But look, when it first started, it was great. It's a great product. I used it. It's amazing. Okay. But what does that really tell us? I don't have anything to do with VoiceFlow. I don't have anything against VoiceFlow. It just shows us the nature of the market, right? You have to always be agile. You can't let things hold you back. Okay. You might have automations already. You might have hard-coded workflows. There's going to be a time and place for each one of those, right? So I think you've probably seen the curve I showed. If you're AI automation agency, you need to be agile. It's great when you're looking at pioneers in the field like Leah Motley, Stephen Pope. They've done a great job getting you on board, getting you started with automation, getting you realize that it's easy to use AI, it's easy to use the business. But the problem is, I see this a lot of people watching old videos, because a lot of these gurus, they don't teach you how to think, they tell you what to do. So if you don't have a universal principle to fall back on, that's why I always preach, think first, build frameworks, and then go to the tools. If you start with the tools, that's never gonna help you. I have a voice flow. Okay, let's put this up. Which calls some Python code to an Azure instance as well. Is that consumer? It's somewhat of a solution, but again, that defeats the whole purpose of having a SaaS product. You have a SaaS product that makes it easy for you to write code or perhaps create agents and stuff like that. If you're creating agents on the back end using Replit or a Flash server, anyways, might as well just learn how to code, create your own agents. I'll make some videos. It's really actually not about the agents. A lot of people just get caught up with the agent stuff, but it's really about thinking about the business problem. What are they trying to solve? Okay. And you can imagine agents almost like an employee, and they should fit into the business. They should be onboarded just like an employee. I want you to think about this. In the agentic world, or in the human world, there's also agents. They're highly skilled people at a certain task. So in the AI world, you bring in a chatbot out of the box, okay? And these chatbots only scare people away, because, as you know, even if you put OpenAI assistant, okay, you still need good prompt engineering skills. You still need a good human in the back creating these chatbots. If it's just just out of the box without any context about the business gets confused. It causes mistrust. Okay, if you already have some partners, try to work on building a product, an employee of your dreams. You have to break out of that old paradigm. Stop selling these bots. Okay, so these don't help. It just hurt. So let me illustrate this, right? What happens when you call this an agent? So a lot of people actually start selling this. They say, hey, this is an agent, go buy this product, blah, blah, blah. They don't invest in the education. I have a school community where I bring these people together. I bring the technical people as well as the business people, because people resonate a lot with a lot of my content, because I'm not a coder. And neither am I like a business person. I'm like somewhere in between. I'm a pragmatic person. I look for solutions. And when you look at these silos, that's why I always tell you, do not go to YouTube for research. Okay? There's always agendas getting pushed left and right. You have something on the no code side, and you have stuff on the coding side. Somebody's trying to sell you some framework. Somebody's trying to sell you some no code tool. You can see it in their Twitch. No code, no code. Like, as soon as they try to push something, just be very careful, the message that they're trying to put together. So it's important for you to think now that you have to go beyond those limitations, break free, and think beyond tools and start thinking about the solution. So YouTube is a dangerous place. And again, let me remind you, and I'm also in YouTube, so I have no shame telling you how this works. Okay, this is marketing. This is really marketing. And the idea is, look, most people resonate in the fear state. You can be excited, you can be afraid. It's just the same emotion. Most people just resonate in the fear state. And I encourage you to be excited. This is the fourth industrial revolution. You can be creating innovative products. This is a 1.5. It's going to be a $1.5 trillion market by 2030, and the market is wide open. I'm asking you because this is the time. You can look back and maybe have conversations later with your family, friends, community, and say, look, I rode the AI revolution. I created a product that I can be proud of. Not a chatbot. I created an agent. So you have to, instead of going out, you actually have to go within and find out what you really need to create. Okay, it all starts with you. That is the secret sauce. I'm afraid to say. Okay, so let's see what Mike says. I agree 100% with you about YouTube. Someone is trying to sell something. Of course, they're going to sell something great. Yeah, exactly. You have to be very, very careful when you take advice. Like I said, seek mentors, seek communities. I actually have a community called the AI Agent Accelerator, and this is where I want to break the silos. We have classes where you can learn actually a little bit of Python and then also use no-code tools. You're not stuck in one platform or one tool. You can actually now start thinking about that product that you imagined, that agent of your dreams. Okay, we also have agent libraries. You can quickly prototype agents with SDKs if you're familiar with some Python. It's not really just for a couple of lines of code. I want you to break out of the paradigm. I'll tell you a quick story how I got into coding as well. When I was frustrated because everything sounds good on paper, but none of them works. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you're adopting new technologies. Might as well just start taking our classes, going to the AI Agent Accelerator. We encourage people from different silos to come together. We are not about building silos, and we want to create our own community with our own, information. As you know, YouTube is dangerous. I'm going to put the link in the YouTube as well, so you can check it out. All I'm selling is education and partnership and collaboration. Okay, this is vital for this AI revolution. And I'm going to bring more guests to help you understand why this is important. Partnerships. This is not a one-man show. Okay, it's time to break out and start developing that growth mindset. Hey, Tariq, welcome to the live stream. We're going to do this every Tuesday. We're going to start talking. We're going to start educating. Now, live streaming is great because you can be live on LinkedIn, you can be live on YouTube, all at the same time. Get the message across. If you know some friends who are still like maybe they think chatbots are agents, please share the message. We want to help them unleash the full potential of their agents. And while doing so, understand this: there's a lot of work for everyone. Okay. Okay, you have to roll up your sleeves, whether you're a business or you're an AI entrepreneur. You have to now think beyond. Like, this is actually, we just started. We just scratched the surface with generative AI. Okay, we're moving beyond. So I come from an ML background, so I'll give you a quick story how I got started, and then we can maybe dive into the difference between chatbots and AI agents. But yeah, back in 2015, I realized everybody was diving into big data, machine learning, all this kind of fancy stuff, right? And I wanted to get a piece of the action. I was, unfortunately, my undergrad was biology, so I don't have any coding experience. I don't know any Python, so I'm kind of like in this bubble. OpenAI uses case are very important to build this model. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people actually fail to just read the API documentation. Look, what I'm saying is, look, if you already know automation, if you already know AI to some extent, it's just a few more steps to pick up a little bit of Python and then scale it. Okay, you don't have to be stuck with these hard-coded flows, because as you can see, big companies are struggling because they already built up these complexities, and it takes work to get rid of this complexity. So you have to start small, nimble, and agile. From day one, you should think about scaling. Pick up some Python and go to the school community. I put the link. I'm going to put it in the YouTube comments. Go to there and connect with like-minded people, connect with people from different areas so they can help you. Okay. The problem with a lot of communities and YouTube is their silos. They always try to push an agenda. and then you get confused. You're stuck in this hamster wheel. You're like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm just gonna watch more AI news, right? And this is the case. This is just the sad reality. You might just, instead of working and building the agent, for the future, for your children, for your family, for your legacy, okay? Instead of doing that work to go within, you're just constantly searching outside, and you're never going to find that solution. You're never going to find that sauce, okay? And you're going to keep hearing all these YouTubers talking about, oh, Sam Altman is blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk is blah, blah, blah. All these AI news, get rid of that, okay? Just start pragmatic. I advocate you start with like Dhruva said, start with the OpenAI documentation. In Finland, the government uses AI to build language app, local language, one of their native languages. Awesome. Yeah, there is innovation happening around the world. In fact, well, I'm not going to talk too much about the mainstream news. A lot of times in the mainstream news, you don't even get the right facts. So you actually have to connect with people. That's why I have a community. You should join the community and actually start hearing what's happening around the world. Don't be stuck in your own silos, because a lot of you guys don't even know how machine learning works. Let's get back to the story of how I got started with machine learning. So I was stuck with the biology degree. I wanted to get that action. I wanted to learn some coding, but I was scared. I was like, well, I don't really need coding. People are going to think I'm a geek, wearing these glasses, and it's not cool, blah, blah. So around the time, they created these marketing efforts, data science is the sexiest job of the 21st century. Probably, I mean, a lot of you guys probably don't know, but back then we had the same problem, that we played the same game before. Can you explain OGI? I'm not a term for that. Yeah, we're going to dive into the agent stuff. So a lot of people actually, when they resonate in the fear state, that's why when you go to these YouTube videos, they're going to scare you with AGI, blah, 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 Sam Altman, blah, blah, blah. But it's really, I'm a very optimistic guy, right? If you actually are excited, you're going to start creating agents, use their LM models. You don't have to fine tune. I understand you don't have machine learning experience. Don't fine tune. Just use the LM models that's already out there. Start getting some data. Start getting some insights. Break into the business. Start showing the value of agents. Start communicating the right message. Don't throw a chatbot, because it's gonna lose trust with the business. Business is gonna be like, what is this? Okay. I asked you for a solution, and you give me a chatbot. And that's why you need to understand how developers think, how Python coders think. I'm not a developer, but I have to pick up Python so I can understand their language. Okay, when you actually understand what they're doing, what are they building, you are not distracting. You're actually helping build this future. And we're building this car together, and we want everybody to be on the same side, rolling the sleeves together, build this future that we envision. Okay, let's be pragmatic. Let's go build this solution, this agent, and then we'll get a point where we want to store our data. So Tariq, you talked about OGI, and this is what the business really needs. Okay, I think this visualization will be very important. Future state, AI agents plus your data. That's how you unleash your business potential. And you might see a lot of these YouTubers, they talk about this stuff, right? But they never talk about data. They never talk about insights. They just show you a quick like agent video or a chatbot video, and then, that's agent. That's all lies. Just admit to the lies, and just admit that there's more to it. So when we say adaptable AI agent, that actually resonates with the business, because now the business can think of this as an employee. Okay, it's connected to the data systems, and it can also pretty much, all these things that I've worked in the machine learning space for a while. It takes a lot of effort to generate these insights through predictive analytics, building recommendation systems, and all this kind of stuff. So this is where the agent can come in and build these systems for us using the data. You can quickly now generate these insights. And now you don't have to have a database agent. You can have a customer service agent. You can have different agents, but they all bring together all this customer data as well as the business data and put together a knowledge base. which Tariq, as you have alluded to, is OGI, organizational general intelligence. This will unlock a new level of intelligence. So we want the business to be a Porsche. We don't want the business to be a Honda Civic. So when you throw a bot out of the box and the person making the bot doesn't know what he's doing and selling the bot for, whatever amount, right? It's and the business really doesn't know what they want. Business oftentimes they have a feeling they don't have the technical knowledge to put it together, and we should be helping. We should be not trying to, we should be creating the product before selling the product. We have to make sure that this is actually solving the problem. Let's go back to what the leaders are saying. AI agents will become our digital assistants, helping us navigate the complexities of the modern world. They will make our lives easier and more efficient. Okay, I know I've talked a lot. There's a few people watching here. Let me ask you this. Are you guys familiar with automations, chatbots? Can you put in the comment if you know automation? Can you put a 1 if you know automation in the comment? Okay, so basically, let's go back to the slides again. So this is really important. IBM Institute of Business Value mentions that the rising significance of adaptability. Okay, so it's really important that you manage your time. I can't believe I'm going back to this, but a lot of people say they don't have time. And this is where AI can help you. Oh, Tariq, what automation platform do you use? Do you use, I don't know, make.com, Zapier? What do you use? So automations or AI can help you really streamline your tasks. If you're new to this, I recommend watch a lot of videos from Liam Otley, understand the automation stuff and all that. And once you get past, you're going to go to a point where you're ready to go to the next level. Understand we are also evolving as we're learning these technologies. You don't want to stay in the no-code automation bubble because you're not going to be able to think beyond. Okay, a bot press, Zapier. Oh yeah, Zapier. Yeah, Zapier is pretty cool. I personally like make.com, and I have a lot of automations in Make. I think the challenge we're facing now is even when you're working with the automations, because a lot of companies actually, because if you don't understand APIs, right? That's how the automations are built out of APIs. So they're connected to basically different software systems. And let's say you have like API, like maybe the OpenAI API or whatever, right? You create these automations on top of that API. Now, what's happening is a lot of big companies actually have agents, agile agents that are working behind the clock. So every time somebody tries to do something, like maybe you're trying to send a lot of emails or doing something like that, they could block you. They could basically say, hey, you're doing something out of the scope of what the intended API was, something like that. They could always be like that. And you'll understand this because they already have the agent technology. They can build these agents that's agile, they're always on top. And something breaks, it actually gives me anxiety when I see these, Stephen Pope's had all these kind of automations. Just following tutorials. Yeah, no, this is interesting part. Like, honestly, this is also something that I'm learning as well, because I come from the coding. As I picked up coding, and I found out how easy it is to go to Claude and start creating even presentations, right, with code. You can create applications pretty soon. You don't need to know coding, but you still need to talk. That's what I'm saying. If you understand the fundamental language, Python, and prompt engineering, even the basics, you can either talk to the LM or talk to developers, right? I just don't understand what people don't think. And yeah, exactly. So this is how coders think. They're like, yo, I can make this automation with code. So let's take these, automations. Let's translate this to code. Let's now build an agent around it. Let's build a system around it. Let's build a database around it. So if you don't have that system thinking, then you can never build a solution like an OGI. Automation is great. This is great for prototype, getting the business trust. Great. Skip the chatbots. Don't roll with this chatbots. I'd say chatbots. Maybe this curve will hit home. Okay. This is the hype versus reality. I don't want to be exactly. And you know what, Mike? You're not the only one. I'll tell you this. Okay, let's go with the chatbot hype versus reality. So chatbot had a lot of hype, but it's just not. It was a disaster, honestly. But what that means is we're reaching the slope of enlightenment where agents can actually learn from all the mistakes that chatbot has done, from implementation to whatever. It can actually. So if you're starting from scratch, Mike, that's what I'm saying. All these AI entrepreneurs. I'll give you more sauce in the AI Agent Accelerator. And if you join today, I'll probably give you 50% off. Just message me, because I'm all about education, bringing people the next generation, who's going to build the next generation of solutions. So, so you build an agent, you understand what business wants, you start with a good solid system that they can scale, and that's it. You're not trapped in this black box, because again, Mike, as a coder too, we know our time is important. We always looking to optimize our time and stuff like that. So what happens when you are a one-man show? You're trying to manage all these automations. Something breaks. Like you managing hundreds of customers, maybe a chatbot with a lot of hard-coded flows. Something breaks. One of the APIs just fall out of line. You cannot debug. This is disaster. This is hell. That's why that's why I didn't start with automation, but I know how to connect, because I can build automations, but I know there's a point where you don't want to be stuck with the automation tools, because nobody will understand what you're trying to do. It becomes really chaos. You can't talk to developers. They don't understand these hippy hoppy, zippy zappy workflows that only you understand. So what that means, you're going to be stuck in that black box. And let me tell you another thing, right? What businesses, I'm going to bring another guest on the show, Mike. He works a lot with the businesses, and he told me this, and it validates what I've seen also. Businesses, you know what they're afraid of? The number one thing businesses are afraid of. Can you put in the comment? While you do that, I'm going to start talking about the future. Okay. And don't worry, we're gonna talk about machine learning 2.0, okay? And how we can unlock machine learning 2.0, and then ML 2.0, the AI agents in action, So we're going to talk about what this means in the future, organizational general intelligence, OGI, okay, long-term memory, secure vector database, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so there's obviously the mindset aspect, not only from our side. Yeah, well, that is true. They're afraid of getting left behind. Yeah, exactly. Afraid. That's the keyword, fear. So a lot of people actually make decisions out of fear rather than excitement. You should be excited. That's why you should seek out thought partners who are experts on the technology side. Reach out to Mike, reach out to me. We have a community of 500 AI entrepreneurs you can tap into, business, tech, whatever you want. We connect the dots for you. Because I know ML. I know how things goes. If they don't understand ML, they build silos. They build their own echo chamber, which doesn't help anyone. But if you're a business, if you really want to talk to someone, I encourage you to reach out. We're going to put the links in the description so you can actually start booking the Calendly calls. And as you start booking the Calendly calls, you're going to get a lot of realizations, a lot of breakthroughs. And you're going to wonder why you haven't done this sooner. Okay? So, Mike, that is true, the competition, but also another fear is managing the tech. Okay, if you hand off these automations, if you hand off like a random chatbot, yeah, Tariq, I'm gonna do a coaching call right after this. I talk more troubleshooting and stuff and all that. I'll send you some more details later. But yeah, so basically, the business is afraid of managing technology, and they're also afraid of getting scammed by technology. There's a lot of people trying to sell you stuff without understanding what they're selling. I'm telling you, this is serious. If you don't understand the tech, get educated and start selling. If you understand a product, sell it. I don't have any, but don't sell chatbots and call agents. Okay, it's not helping anyone. Fear of technical debt. Yeah, yeah, exactly. When can I get started learning ML? So machine learning is really important, and there's a lot of resources actually out there, like, for you to get started learning machine learning. Because if you know because if you understand machine learning, then you can actually have some technical foresight where to go. So a lot of these people who are pushing that no-code agenda, you might be like, okay, maybe they don't know how to code, that's why they're pushing that agenda, but they actually do. If you look at their profiles, they know coding, Python, ML, and all that. But you guys don't look at the messenger. You look at the message, because as soon as you learn a few lines of code, as soon as you open your eyes, heart, and mind, the jig is up. You can create your own agents, and it's just it is what it is. But yeah, machine learning. I encourage you to start learning as soon as possible. There's a lot of resources for machine learning, but this is also important. You have to be pragmatic. Like customer support. Yeah, exactly. Customer support with tools. Customer service is one aspect of the AI agent stuff, right? But you want to also grow with the business and then also have other agents working together, building these database. And ML 2.0, which is basically using the agent data to train your LM models, make it more refined. You could go out of using the big data LM models, big company LM, you could start creating your own LM models. You need to then learn how to fine tune your LM models. Okay, start using your own LM models, but you cannot start with a bad LM model, because as you know, bad LM model means bad data, and bad data means garbage output. So you don't want to go to that route. A lot of people don't understand this. Okay, they're starting with an open source model and then they're trying to fine tune it. They don't have any ML experience, but they have a lot of experience talking about AI news, right? Sam Altman, blah, blah, blah. So I encourage you to stop looking at the news and start educating, being pragmatic. Okay, so I'll go back to the story. Okay, like when I learned machine learning back then. So what happened? Okay, I love low code, but leads to paying later for technical debt. Pay developers up front to build it. Yeah, exactly. And again, there's a lot of developers, very skilled developers in my community and other communities. They just need guidance. Okay, they just want, we had some people start off like some automation stuff and all that, but nobody's really, everybody. It looks like everybody's just trying to sell you something without actually. I'd rather they give us some pragmatic tools, like, hey, look, learn some Python. Here's what you need to, because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people ask me, okay, I want to learn Python, but how much Python do I really need? Because I don't want to be a developer. I just want to solve a problem, talk to developers, experienced developers who can scale my technology, like Mike, right? He knows SQL and many other programming languages, but he just needs, to talk to a thought partner in a particular domain. And we actually have a lot of people coming in from different backgrounds in our AI Agent Accelerator. I'm going to put the link in the description. So as you go in, you're going to find yourself having a lot of interesting conversations, and it will open up to a lot of new possibilities, because ideas come through collaboration. Okay, it doesn't happen in silos or echo chambers. It only happens through critical thinking. So going back to the story, so basically learning machine learning. So this is also, I realized, the problem with speed and adoption of technology, because back in 2015, I started with a data science program at Indiana University. They had one of the first data science program. It was a 2-year program. Okay, so it was a master's in data science. Now, back then, there was not a lot of resources about data science. If you don't know what is data science, it's basically a mix of different things: statistics, business, coding, math, all this kind of stuff. So we're like the bridge, problem solver. But there was not a lot of resources back then. So I enrolled in that school or the university, right? But my first year, I feel like all they were teaching me was some computer science theory, like they're repackaging old classes, old, whatever, solutions, and trying to sell you again, like a course. And I'm like, I don't really need this. There's a lot of like stuff that's just feel like I'm not going anywhere. So actually, I went to Udemy, and that's where I had another breakthrough because they had this class called Practical Data Science. Well, it was a course. So you take this practical data science, it actually shows you how to create projects, and you learn the code based on the projects. So you pick up some Python basics, but you actually have an end product in mind. That's why a lot of people struggle to learn coding because they don't really know what they want. They don't really think, they don't really go inside. So what I said, look, if you already know automation, the first thing you can do is start creating your own automation with code. Start creating APIs. So you can start bridging that gap. Okay, you don't have to know the theories and all these complex stuff. Just be practical. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's why I also started my school community, because I feel like what's missing in the marketplace is the ability to be agile. Okay, because people are not agile. The big systems, the big all these stuff, they have to reduce all these complexities. But in doing so, instead of helping, they hurt you because they repackage some stuff that only distracts you. Okay, so I created some classes for you as well. You're going to, when you join my free community, I have a free community as well, we get some Python basics. Okay, understand the why you're learning Python. Okay, don't just learn because to learn. Understand the whys. There is the no code bubble. You have a Python advantage. You can think like a coder. You can bridge business and tech. Okay, we want you to get out from a tool user and start being a solution provider. We are creators. We don't want to be slave to technology anymore. It's time to unleash the full potential of yourself and your AI agent. Okay, and we have free resources by community members who put together a lot of resources for you to learn coding, AI assistant coding, low code technology, GPTs, all these kind of stuff, right? There's a lot of tools available for you. And we're waiting. We're waiting for you to step up, roll up your sleeves, and start joining the AI revolution, because this needs all of us together to start creating these solutions. Okay, don't say you don't have time. You have time if you have clarity. Okay, I also made I had a talk with a buddy of mine who's really good in mindset. Go catch classes and sell and learn useful stuff. But yeah, exactly. It's not really about the money. I don't care if you, and I know you're probably thinking, Imtiaz, I'm gonna throw a lot of money at you. Here you go. Here's thousands of dollars. But that's still not gonna solve the problem. I don't even want your money. Okay? I just want you to learn, invest that time and energy to really start learning the technology. Because as you start learning, as you understand how easy it is to create your own agent, to learn Python, to communicate with the right people, to develop that growth mindset, to reduce that mental block that you have, okay, that's stopping you from going to the next level. Okay, we can all get this done for you. So that's why I say, come to the community, see, I'll give you a 14-day free trial. If you don't like it, okay, it's not for you. You can keep watching the AI news, start building chatbots. That's fine. What do you put together is awesome. I think I finally found one-stop shopping. Yeah, exactly, Mike. This is what we're building. We're building because there is nothing. We have to be agile. We have to kind of be our own thought partners in this space. And then, so basically, where was I? So yeah, the machine learning piece, right? Okay, so I go back, then I'm learning coding, and then I struggled for a bit, but when I took that practical Python class, I was like, the ML, the data science, practical data science, it really helped me to get out of that paradigm. I was like, okay, wow, this is actually saving me time. This is actually great. I can do a lot. So I picked up the Python, picked up some machine learning, and then yeah, I was able to use predictive analytics. Now, another thing with machine learning, I actually didn't even finish my master's. I got my first job at AT&T. Back then they had Uverse. So basically they were working with, they had customer viewership data. Like people watching the television network, all the television networks, we have all that data. And actually, you'll be surprised. The ML models back then were even better than 3.5, GPT 3.5. But the problem is, most people, this is the first time they have access to this tech. So they're like very happy, like, oh, generative AI. But we've been using ML for a while. So I realized this, right? So because all we were doing is trying to get people to watch TV shows or watch stuff, because we knew what they liked. We just fed the same things over and over. The same thing happens with Netflix. Same thing happens with YouTube. You create your echo chambers. When I realized the problem with machine learning for you, if you don't understand it, like deeply understand it, at a mindset level, this is when this is the biggest breakthrough I had, right? So I was watching YouTube, and then I signed out of my account. I was like, let me just start from scratch. Let me just start fresh. And all my videos were basically like coding and maybe learning this stuff and all that. But when I started a brand new account, I can't recognize what was on the YouTube. It was like just all, stuff, like the mainstream stuff. Okay, I can't talk much about it, but you can understand the effect of machine learning. Even that could happen when you're working with ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever. Understand you're creating your own echo chambers. If you don't know how to create your own ML model, that's what I'm saying. You should be thinking about fine-tuning your LM model. You should be doing this step for yourself to understand how you can help business. If you don't understand ML at a deep level, then you can't help business, because you're going to go out there and sell them chatbots. I don't want you to do that. Don't have that misdirection. Because as you're using the LM models, ChatGPT, Claude, you're going to keep training them based on your own bubble, right? So if you have this no-code automation stuff, that's all you're going to get. YouTube, that's all you're going to get. Okay, so you need to engage with partnerships. I think that's where you have this vision point where you're like, okay, it's time for me to like actually start scaling this. And this is, everybody's vision point is going to be different, but you have to understand how to balance that machine learning model you're creating for yourself. So when you understand that, we're actually building a vector database for the community as well, so we can actually show you, what to do if you're not too familiar with it. But anyways, you can then go out there and create this for the business as well. So it's kind of holistic. It's not, like one way or the other. And that's all it is. Machine learning is basically learning more about your preference and then giving you exactly what you want. And if your preference, if you don't have like a critical eye to seek out partners, then I'm sorry, man. It's what it is. That's the nature. That's the nature of the, whole thing. Now, okay, so what else? Yeah, so let's go back to the chatbot stuff, right? Or the agent stuff. So agents, this is going to be important. Yeah, and also, yeah, you have to be a pioneer. Okay, a lot of people are stuck in, being like, oh, okay, I'm doing something different. But you have to think different. I'm sorry, you have to step out. If people are talking about chatbots, you have to call them out and be like, look, guys, there is some kind of stuff lost in translation. So AI agents are adaptable, okay? AI agents are adaptable. They're constantly learning. They have long-term memory, okay? These are good components. And then they're built around a central data structure, something that's secure. And they talk with vector database. You probably see my YouTube channel. My most popular video is on vector database. Okay, so if you don't learn from me, you could learn from somewhere else. But I've been playing around with this technology because nobody really talks about this. Nobody talks about the data. Everybody's worried about the agents, but it should be built around the center data. Okay, so you can go out there. You can have a UX system. As like a lot of developers, they fall into the just developing the solution, but don't think about the business connection, UX. Now you could have the same interface like a chatbot where it communicates with the business, but as it's communicating, it should learn, adapt. It should also have a feature where it has a human in the loop. Okay, this is also important. Human in the loop, combining the strengths of human expertise with AI capabilities for optimal decision making. A lot of people are like, okay, if AI agents do all the jobs, what are humans going to do? Humans going to do what we do best. We're going to create. The work is going to be offshored by these agents. So if you have something repetitive, something this and that, you have to get over that mindset. Like, hey, I'm pigeonholing my identity to this work. Okay, you have to get out of that mindset. You have to start actually becoming a creator, becoming a thought partner for these agents, and these agents are going to help you. And you have to understand this. If you are already in the business, if you already have a role, you could be actually pushing forward for putting a solution together that actually enhances your business workflow. Okay, instead of in the fear mode, like I said, be excited. Instead of being afraid, oh, the agent's going to take my job. Oh, instead of doing that, you just say, oh my God, this is amazing. I have so much insight. I have so much insight, so much data. I can now learn how to create agents from Imtiaz's community. I have a community of like-minded people who can support me as I'm building these amazing products, not be distracted by AI news or chatbots and all that kind of stuff. Building it. So you understand the components, you can know how to talk, build out a vector database, build out your agent, okay? Build it quick. Don't wait, okay? Because somebody else is watching this and are thinking, oh man, these guys are still stuck in phase 0. And they're just using Claude to write out the code and the agent, the framework, the system. And you're wondering, should I use Agency Swarm or should I use Kuai? Before you even think about that's I hear this a lot. Just read the API documentation for OpenAI Assistant. Create your agent. Here's your OpenAI Assistant. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Okay. So if you want me to create an agent for you, that's not going to help. Because if you don't create your agent, you're going to be an agent of the matrix. So I want you to really think about this. Okay? This is going to be the future. Somebody else is going to create a robot or an agent that will take your interview. You're going to have to answer to these bots. You're going to be like, okay, I don't even know what jobs they're going to be in the future, but I do envision that we have to let the technology do what it does best. Do the job. We build adaptable agents. The keyword adaptable. Chatbots, that's why it falls short. They're stuck with generative AI. When we talk about adaptive AI, that means you have to train the agent first. So think about this. A chatbot out of the box is like having like a high school student. Okay. You can go catch some fish. Exactly. Drew, you get it, man. You get the point. Because people just don't know what they're going to do if they agent does all the work. But you should be excited. You should be excited. I just don't understand why people aren't excited, because I'm a big fan of Star Trek. I don't know if you guys watch Star Trek, but I see like, hey, man, we're going to be living a good life. And I'm actually very excited. So rather than focusing on AGI, you should focus on OGI. Okay, quickly get into this business to start solving problems. Just pick one or two. Don't have to worry about frameworks. Just pick one or two. Start creating your agent, and start thinking about how to have human in the loop. Because we also, because as you can see, a bot out of the box, chatbot out of the box, without good prompt engineering, without good humans or like educated humans creating these bots, it's going to be like a high school student, right? You probably saw this, right? Without prompt engineering skills, you ask ChatGPT something, it's just going to give you a vomit of like answers, which is still needs a lot of refinement. So you have to first get these the first steps done. So that's a high school. Let's say it's high school. So when somebody's onboarding an agent, it should be like an employee. Okay, somebody who went through PhD, somebody who had some like years of work experience, some results in a particular domain. I've actually had like I was testing one of these VAPI products, the voice agents. A lot of people are like, yeah, I created a voice agent and blah blah. I was like, okay, let's test it out. So I had one of my one of the person in the community, and he had years of experience cold calling. So he was like, and again, this bot was created with solid prompt, everything, but it's still missing that sauce. A lot of you guys ignore the sauce, which is your insight, your domain. If I went out there and built like some kind of random agent I have no clue in, okay, it's just a custom GPT. You probably played with it. Like, why aren't you successful, or why haven't? Well, maybe because you don't have the insight for that building, for that specific niche, or it all comes back to you. Okay, what you bring to the table. If you don't have that sauce, then I'm sorry, the bot will be a bot. Okay. Um, so yeah, they come in, they have to be trained with the business, they have to be onboarded. Business has to be, of course, AI ready. While doing Mike on one of these interviews, he talks more about the AI readiness, how businesses can quickly build a foundation. It sounds boring, but it actually is important. And then you can start onboarding these agents. Now these agents can now, it has to be put in so that they can scale. They can also interact with the humans. So you can think about a manager or something. They could have a screen like a chatbot. They're talking to this agent, but the agent could be talking to other agents. But again, with control. I do not advocate autonomous agents. I see there's always going to be some kind of like intersection where we find a good balance. And we kind of constantly refine based on the learning. You probably already seen this, right? Because the big companies are already doing this. You probably didn't notice, but you go to ChatGPT, you go to Claude, and you start basically, it'll give you answers. And then in between the answers, it's going to tell you which answer you like best. It might give you 2 or 3 options. Like, do you pick one? Pick which one was good. And yeah, so that's how they're training the ML model in the back. So they're taking your data, they're taking this, all the insights from the agents, and then they're refining their LM model, their database, and all that kind of stuff. So that's all happening in the back. And you should have like a central database, a vector database that actually now combines all these data points, constantly refines their model, constantly refines the data with new insights, new stuff. So you can be now agile. So all these people with the no-code stuff, they don't think about, agility from day one or scalability from day one. They give you a bunch of chatbot stuff without actually giving you the tools to now scale. And I honestly think, based on what I'm seeing, every business is different. You gotta need custom code, custom solution. Now that's why you join the school committee. I'll give you a lot of more sauce, the SDKs that you actually need to start customizing your agent, start designing the agent. Okay, the agent is not the sauce. The sauce is you. Okay, and the more the more time you wait, the more time you think, the more time you're like waiting, and more time you're like uh, spending, not educating yourself. You're going to start selling chatbots. You're going to fall victim to this marketing hype. Understand you have 2 business models right in front of you. You can start learning agents. You can create your agent agency. You can create your agent apps. Start selling them ASAP. If you don't have marketing sales experience, we have business strategy. We have also marketing sales people to help you take it to the next level. Okay, so you don't have to think you're alone in this. Yeah, so basically the message is very simple. Automation is getting obsolete. Chatbots are just falling short. Business need AI agents, okay? I can't be as clear than that, all right? So we have some rapid agent prototyping. Now I have five minutes on the call, so if you have any questions, put it in the comment, and we can wrap up. We'll come back next Tuesday, and we'll keep you guys hyped up for this AI revolution. There's a lot of opportunities. We're going to put together some case studies as well of agents, so you can actually see them, in different industries. Think about the possibilities. Okay. Yeah, I think the great thing is we have the group coaching. So I'm going to put the link again, so you can check it out. You just check it out, and yeah, and if If this is not for you, totally understand. If you're not ready for the sauce, if you're not ready to ride the AI revolution, if you just want to fall behind, hey, I'm sorry. Well, that it is what it is. Yeah, Tariq, no problem, man. No problem. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I really, advocate you guys spread the message, share, all this amazing value they're giving out, and also producing by the community. We have a couple of members in the community who actually really they started from ground zero often, and now they have some solid understanding of the agents, right? So we have one of the committee members. He says, I totally recommend the session with Imtiaz. I never wanted to have a call with anyone before I spoke with Imtiaz. It makes me feel comfortable talking about things I don't really understand, like AI agents. That call definitely makes me want to learn more. Okay, you could be having that call to for yourself. Get strategy, get clarity, and as soon as you join, we're gonna hop on a call. Okay, see what you're struggling with. Everybody's case is different. I don't want to push a framework or a no code tool for you. Okay, I rather want you to start learning. So go ahead and join. And if you want any discounts, just talk to me, and let's see what we can work with you. But I always encourage action takers, quality over quantity. If you're not about that sauce, hey man, well, we'll see you when we see you. Okay, it was great talking to you guys, and let's come back next week every Tuesday, 9 a.m. CST. Make sure you get notified, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. This is Imtiaz, your top market, build, deploy, and monetize AI agents.